Welcome, wrestling fans, to another episode of the HHW Show podcast, where we bring you the latest and the greatest from the world of WWE. Yeah, that's right. It's Obi-Wan with Hector V, and hopefully Frank will come on. I know he's on his way, but we still got to move on here because today we are breaking down the chaos, the drama, and the high stakes action from the Elimination Chamber of 2025. That's right. The Elimination Chamber is back, and the stakes couldn't be higher as these superstars put their bodies on the line for the chance to headline WrestleMania 41. Hector, what about it?
This is gonna be awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just brings the intensity, it magnifies everything. It just brings the fans just hypeness, and we're gonna be in Toronto across the border. It's just gonna be awesome, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. But tonight we'll recap all the matches, the breakdown, and shocking moments possibly that can happen, and discuss what it means for the WWE landscape as we get set for the road to WrestleMania. So let's go ahead and move on to our very first match, our prediction. And we're going to do something a little bit different here because, and I know Hector's not a big fan every time I want to like change some of it, but we're only going to be choosing only two matches tonight, right? It's the men's and the women's elimination chamber. All right. And this is the stakes here, right? Our first pick is our primary pick. And this one values 5 points each. Oh, yeah. Right. And of course, we're going to go in order. Like, who is the champion? Who's going to be the runner up? Then is who gets eliminated. Like, who's the first one to get eliminated? We're going to be talking about that. And I know Hector's going to break his scenario down. This is what's going to happen. Right.
There you go.
Then I'm going to say my piece. And then
by the end of the night, you'll have all 6 picks, and you're gonna say, "I told you."
The second time around, like, who's the alternate? Who you think is going to win? Who's the alternate? Who you think if this person's not going to win, is going to be this person, and we're going to go on like that, right? So it's going to be interesting for men's and the women's. Okay, it's going to be both. All the other matches, listen, I don't know about you, Hector, but I feel like the rest of these matches are just fillers, right?
Yeah,
just fillers for the actual events that's happening on Saturday.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is called the Elimination Chamber, so we have to focus on the men's and women's here. I think that we could have been good without a certain match in this Elimination Chamber premium live event, but it is what it is. It's not here and there, but well, that's like you said. Let's just focus on this brutal steel cage that these 6 superstars on each side are going to be dealing with, the chaos, the carnage that's going to happen. Nothing means more than what's going on with these two.
This has been very hard. I think this is the hardest prediction of the Elimination Chamber leading into WrestleMania. All the other ones, I guess maybe because this is the Triple H era that you never know what you're going to get, right?
I like that. I do like that.
Before it was like, oh, it's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this was not that obvious. And then there's a curveball into this. And we're going to talk about that later, especially for the men's side of the house. All right. But let's focus on here. 6 women. We got Roxanne Perez, very first time. Okay. Very first time in the Elimination Chamber. Matter of fact, she's new to the roster. But she always has beef with Bailey, and this is going through NXT. Now it's transitioning to the main roster, right? We have Naomi, and I know we see the tag team belts, but they're no longer champions, right? Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair. There's plenty of stories into all 5 superstars. Alexa Bliss is the one that's odd out, okay? But Alexa Bliss, very special, is the first woman to ever win a women's elimination chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Liv Morgan is 0-5 in the chamber, and she was runner-up last year. Bianca Belair is 1-1. Yeah, she won back in 2022 with Alexa Bliss as the runner-up. Roxanne Perez is new to the Elimination Chamber, and Bailey's 1-1. Right, she won as a tag team member with Sasha Banks, and that was the Boss and Hug connection. Naomi's 0-2, lost twice by being the first to be eliminated. Okay, 2019 tag team with Carmella, and in 2024 eliminated by Tiffany Stratton. So I'm gonna tell you right now, no matter what scenarios I'm giving you, Naomi's the first one out. She doesn't understand probably what the Elimination Chamber is all about, and she's always the first one out. So
She
make
likes
that
to be
clear.
number one. She likes to be number one
Yeah,
in the
number
wrong way.
one. Ow! So again, putting it out there, and I say to myself, wow, we have Liv Morgan as the new tag team champion, and Raquel's not there. Bianca Belair and Naomi, like which one of those two are suspects in the attacks of Jade Cargill? Will we ever know?
Right.
Bailey and Roxanne Perez. But then I said to myself, well, who is the better attraction to go against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania? That is the real question. Who are we getting?
Yeah. Who are we getting? I don't know. I mean, you can. I think you could make a case for almost like four superstars in this ring. Um, I mean, I would like to see a small part of me would like to see change, but I mean, it to me it's almost obvious that you're going to have one of the bigger stars. You know what I'm saying? And so,
But who is the biggest star out of these six superstars? Okay, let's scratch that. Let's narrow it down. Who is not the actual big star? Not yet.
here in this one, Roxanne,
Okay.
she hasn't proven herself yet. Not on the main roster.
Well, I mean, yeah, she just got called up, and
Yeah, that's
luckily
what I'm saying.
enough, she.
Yeah.
But then I said to myself, well, what's her name? Who was the one at her debut won the Divas Championship?
Oh, that was a page.
Paige. Could she be another Paige? Could she turn the
Well,
page and everything focuses on her?
I mean, you won't be wrong about that. You
Mm-hmm.
won't be wrong. I mean, if that's the way you're gonna make a statement and get moving up into the main roster, there's a reasoning why they called you up to the main roster. There's potential that they see.
At this particular time,
Right.
too.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad about it if she was to find a way of sneaking through, but I think she will have to first get through Bailey. To me, that's the most difficult challenge for her in the chamber. Okay, is Bailey. If Bailey can get put out of the picture, now you're talking about somewhat of an easy road for her to get through because Bailey's the only one that to me will pose a threat to her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just my opinion. I mean, all the other four women are threats, but not to Roxanne Perez at this point with her stardom coming up onto the main roster.
I'm gonna take out Liv Morgan. And the reason why is we already saw too many of Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I'm not ready to see that no more. I'm done.
And now that
I'm
she
done.
won the tag titles, yeah.
Yeah, that the focus could be elsewhere. And now that she's a tag team champion,
Mm-hmm.
and again, the more I want it to happen, I know it's not going to happen. I don't think we're going to see Jade Cargill on the Elimination Chamber. It's just not going to happen. Not in Canada.
Right.
And I do see that Naomi and Bianca Belair out. I really do. Unless, and that's the thing, she is favored by so much, right? Bianca Belair is favorite. But what if, like I said, this is confusing because the storyline, do they disengage from it? Like, what's gonna happen? Roxanne Perez out. I don't think she's ready for that moment at WrestleMania. And again, who else is better to stand tall to tall versus Rhea Ripley? Yes, we seen Bianca Belair. Remember, there were the last two, and when Bianca won the, was it Bianca that won the Royal Rumble?
The Royal Rumble, yeah.
Right? Was she the one last standing, or was it Rhea Ripley?
I thought it was Bianca, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, let me look this up real quick because I don't want to be wrong because I got it right here. Um, Women's Royal Rumble. Oh yeah, Bianca Belair won. Yeah, you're right. Bianca Belair won back in 2021. Rhea Ripley was the runner up, and Charlotte Flair was third, and Natalia was fourth. Okay. When Rhea Ripley won, Liv Morgan was the runner up. Matter of fact, Liv Morgan was the runner up twice, back to back years. How about that?
Hmm. Yeah.
Crazy. But then you talking about Roxanne Perez. She was the runner up on this year's Royal Rumble, and she broke the record for being the longest in the ring.
Yeah.
So that got add some resume in there. And then Alexa Bliss, like no one's talking about her.
Right.
But then I just can't see her being against Rhea Ripley when she's a lot smaller, skinnier, and she's playing with a doll while the other one's just mean. So like what is the better catch?
Well, I think size really doesn't matter when it comes to a fight when for a title. And Alexa Bliss coming back is almost the same character she was when she left with this doll. I'm kind of digging it. It's just like you don't know what angle she's gonna play. Who is she gonna play the fans or not? With this demented role with the doll. So this could play a factor that could play mind games for Rhea Ripley down the line if these two were to face off. You know,
Mm.
and so we really don't know what we're getting. She's pretty much like the outcast here. We don't know what we're getting here.
But she's the first to win this elimination chamber, man. That's like, all right, she knows how to win this match,
Yeah.
you know? Um Again, if you look at the very first one, Alexa Bliss defeated Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks was the runner up on the first one, and that was for the Raw Women's Championship, in which Alexa Bliss defended. Okay.
Hmm.
Who else was there? Bailey was in it, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, and Mickey James. So, you
Hmm.
know, crazy how that went. And then we don't even know who the first two superstars that's going to start this match.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's time. It's really time to make our prediction right now.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
All right, Hector. So start it off.
So my winner, I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss on this one. I just feel like with her coming back, making her appearance at the Royal Rumble, that there's has to say something to who she is, who she was, and who she could become now, going after Rhea Ripley. For that title, we need to see fresh meat, fresh blood, fresh new storyline for Rhea Ripley. And who else can confuse Rhea Ripley? Because Rhea Ripley's, we know she's not mentally stable in her head, but Alexa Bliss could pose that challenge for her with that doll. I just had that doll's name in the tip of my tongue, and it just went blank. But yeah, I'm going with Alexa Bliss on this one. Like you said, she's the first Royal Rumble winner. I mean, the first Elimination Chamber winner. She has experience. I mean, not saying that these other women don't, but to know what it really means to win this thing, she exemplifies that for me. So I'm going with Alexa Bliss to win this.
I'm gonna say that the doll's name is Lily.
Yeah, I think it is. You're right, Lily. I didn't want to go ahead and say it, but I know I had it too in my tongue. But that could pose a threat. I think that could pose a threat. I like
Yeah.
that. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going with Alexa Bliss to win this.
Alexa Bliss could be the second. Oh no no no! Alexa Bliss or Bianca Belair could be the first. No, I lied. Bianca Belair won it twice already. No, I lied. I lied. Don't worry about it. Forget it. Forget it. I read this wrong. Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair could be the first to win it twice. And I don't want to include Bailey because Bailey did it as a tag team, right? But I'm talking about going solo. So that's going to be pretty interesting there. I'm going to say I agree with you with Alexa Bliss. But with that runner up, I got a feeling that it's either Bailey or Bianca Belair to be in the finals. I mean, like the runner up, excuse me.
Right.
I haven't decided yet. But you said Alexa Bliss is going to win. Who's her runner up? Who do you think is going to be the runner up?
I'm going with the dark horse. I'm going to say Roxanne Perez. You're not going to bring her up for no reason to get her into this chamber just to flop it early.
Okay.
I think she will last long enough, um, and I think her focus will try to get Bailey out of there first. And here he comes, entering number 3 into the elimination chamber, Frank Cuesta.
Yeah. Yeet.
I told you I'll be on. I've been running around, man.
Yeah, we noticed. Yeah. Glad you're back,
So, yeah.
brother. But Hector was talking about Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez. Now, where's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
What's my pick?
No, not you, Frank. Hector.
Oh,
You're talking about in the order of elimination?
Yes.
Okay. In the order of elimination, I agree with you. I'm going with Naomi going first. She's the first
Huh.
one gone. And then I'm going to go with Bailey going next.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go with Bianca Belair going third, followed by Miss Blondie over there,
which one?
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan, leaving Roxanne and Alexa being the last two for me.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right. And again, like, if it was a different order, who's your backup winner?
My backup winner
Yeah.
is going to contradict what I'm saying here.
What if Alexa Bliss doesn't turn out? Let's just suppose. Then who do you think is
And
going to win?
I think it's going to be Bianca Belair because of the fact that they don't have these tag titles for a reason. And that
Which,
she could be the one to eliminate Naomi to actually maybe start something, maybe down the line. But that would be my backup if Alexa wasn't to win. I would say Bianca will win.
okay. Fair enough. All right, Frank. I know you're just getting here, so I'll let you warm up a little bit more. I'm gonna say originally I had Bailey as the winner. And the reason why she was the very first one to qualify for the elimination chamber. Okay. Um, and I know for a fact that she's been on a losing streak of what, you know what I mean? And the back and forth with NXT, back to the main roster. She's doing a lot, but then she's also promoting a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take Bailey with Roxanne Perez as the runner up. I would love to see these two go at it, right? But Bailey's showing them like you're in my main roster now. Okay. Um Liv Morgan, my third. But however, there's gotta be a storyline with these belts, losing these belts and stuff like that, right? What if Naomi eliminates Bianca Belair? Would the truth come out as to who attacked Jay Cargill? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I will have Alexa Bliss being eliminated. And then I know this is jacked up, but I'm gonna go on a limb and go either or Bianca Belair. Yeah, I'm just changing the order and Naomi only because I know the history that Naomi's 0 for 2 and both times she was the first one eliminated. So she could booty her way out. Let's put it that way. Um, but my alternate would be, and I hate to say this, but Bianca Belair. I only see only these two super Bailey or Bianca Belair, the only two superstars that can stand toe to toe with Rhea Ripley. That's just my opinion. So that's my prediction there. Frank, now it's your turn.
Um, I see what you're saying, and I'm going to call it how I see it. Right.
Well, that's why they
I
call it a
think.
prediction, Frank.
I mean, I think that we're all in agreement with Naomi being the first one out. Um, I'm gonna say the last two standing here, I think might be Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan.
Hmm.
Um,
Who- Who's your winner?
my
Yeah, that's what
winner,
I'm.
I think we're gonna go with Bianca. I think there might be a setup here where we might find out who attacked Jay Cargill, and it might have been Belair, and then you might end up having a nice match after that, after she beats Rhea Ripley and Mania.
If we find out during the elimination chamber that Jay Cargill comes out of nowhere, neither Bianca Belair or Naomi are gonna win.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not gonna happen. And then just to have that burden that Jay Cargill is gonna get after me, but I'm also next in line for the world championship. It just doesn't seem right. Like we got to separate those storylines. You know, unless Jay Cargill gets involved in the world championship match, which I'm not a fan of either because she's been away for so long, right? But all right, you got Bianca Belair winning, Liv Morgan. Now, who is after Liv Morgan? Like, who's third, top three?
I will say we have. So that means we have left Bailey, Bliss, and Perez. Right?
Right? Yeah.
Bailey will go third. Right?
Okay.
No, Bailey. Gonna go Bailey, Bliss, and Perez.
Beatty, Alexa Bliss, and Perez. Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
All right. And let's just say, back up. If Bianca Belair doesn't win, who do you think is the second deserving to win the Elimination Chamber?
Well, my last two are Liv Morgan and Belair, so I will say Liv Morgan, but kind of a little torn on that one because she does have a title,
Right?
and why are you gonna want to start another feud again? You know what? I might
Do,
say
do you,
Alexa Bliss.
Mm,
Why
I
bring
like
her
that.
into the mix? Why bring her back? She's been gone for a while.
Duly noted, and I'm glad that you just got to the show because that's similar to what Hector was saying when he started off his prediction. So recap: Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Bailey, and Naomi for Hector. Bailey, Roxanne Perez, Liv, Alexa Bliss, Bianca, Naomi for me, and then Bianca Belair, Liv, Bailey, Alexa Bliss, Roseanne Perez, and Naomi for you. With our backups, which is all different. Bianca Belair for Hector. Oh, I also got Bianca Belair. My bad. We're the same. And then Alexa Bliss for Frank. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And again, we're only predicting only the elimination chamber matches. All right. So we got our sets done. It's over with. All right. And we're moving on to our next with the unsanctioned match, which is Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Now, How they made this match, we ought to understand that this is in Canada, right? And the winner here we're most likely going to have a match at WrestleMania. The loser might be still recovering and might not be participating. So my question is to you. Well, I'll start off. Who's going to win? Kevin Owens in my book is going to win. Kevin Owens is not only going to win, but he might put Sami Zayn out of, off the shelf for a
Circumcision.
while. And Randy Orton is coming to the rescue here. I will be surprised if Randy Orton doesn't show up for this match because it's unsanctioned, because anything could go. And how far are we going to let this match go and knowing that Sami Zayn is not 100%?
But is Kevin Owens 100%? He still look like he's all banged up too. I'm not making no excuses, but we're talking about two wounded warriors going into an unsanctioned battle here in Toronto.
And
And you're talking
anything
about
goes.
someone using an illegal move, you know what I mean? That put Randy Orton out. So, damn, that's been a long time too. But
Hmm. But then again, Randy Orton's getting up there in age, and
mm,
he's got a lot of brokenness in his body. So
yeah, but he still hear
I,
voices.
yeah, he still have voices in his head. Yeah, saying I need some Nutella
Maybe he's hearing some bone voices, right? His internal body's talking to him.
or
So,
some Rice Krispies, snack, crackle, and pop over here.
all right, Frank.
I say Sami Zayn's gonna win this one.
Yeah, you think he'll have the
I
home
think he's
crowd
gonna.
on his side?
I think he's gonna have some help, but I think he's gonna win it.
I don't know
I
why
think
he's gonna get help. I mean, it's unsanctioned and it's 1-on-1. It's the referee's still gonna be there.
doesn't matter.
Interference
It's
is still caused the
unsanctioned.
match.
Anything goes. It's anything goes. It could be a 2-on-1. I mean, heck, it could be a 3-on-1.
It's
Who
not gonna
knows?
be 2-on-1. It's not 2-on-1.
I know that, but what I'm
These
saying
people
is you
got
can have
history.
somebody come in.
No one's ever came in any fight between these two. They're like brothers fighting all the time. They get along, they don't get along.
Well, you
I'll
never
be
know.
surprised if somebody intervenes and make it someone being outnumbered. It just doesn't suit right for the storyline itself either.
True,
Uh,
but who knows?
All right, Hector. I
bro,
mean, your pick.
I like that old adage saying they say, what a difference a year makes. I mean, this is so true with these two, how they win the tag titles, and then next thing you know, they're having an unsanctioned fight with broken bones and battered and bruised body parts. It's just crazy. Is it? Look, this is unsanctioned. Anything goes. So that just favors Kevin Owens. He's very sadistic when it comes to these kind of things. This
Hmm.
is not up. This is not Sami Zayn's. Um, this is
This is
not his
not his
domain.
lane.
Yeah,
No,
it's not. It really
no.
isn't. He
Mm-mm.
cannot get down and dirty like Kevin Owens can. Kevin Owens is just really sadistic. And now you're telling him that he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants to him. However, I mean, it's just going to be up Kevin Owens' alley.
Yeah. All right.
He
Let's go ahead
might
and
even
move
hit him with
on.
a bowling ball.
Let's go ahead and move on to the tag teams, which again, this match it's a Canadian match pretty much for Trish Stratus. Okay, this is her
Hmm.
match. This is her theme. This is all about her, right? Do I see anyone getting stabbed in the back? No, it's not going to happen because this is probably Trish Stratus' last match. Okay, and again, is this in Canada? But what I do see is something has to give for Tiffany Stratton to elevate and as of late, she hasn't been elevated. Matter of fact, she's looking weaker next to Charlotte Flair, and I
Hmm.
think that will stop right here. This match has to go awesome for Tiffany Stratton, okay? Or that bully is gonna come back, and that's no other than Charlotte Flair. And I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte Flair shows up to see this match. But Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus are going to win and defeat Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
I'm agreeing.
And
No
so
more
do
to
I.
say.
I
which
agree with
by
that.
all the means, it might be a break for me. So I'm just not a big fan of this match. And Tiffany Stratton needs to do something good, or else she's going to be losing this title at WrestleMania.
Well,
That little, I need to see more aggressiveness, more like that John Cena ruthless aggression type deal. I'm not seeing that out of Tiffany Stratton. Not the way I saw her in NXT. I need that sarcasm. I need that blonde bad chick. That's what I need.
yeah. Uh, just let me know who wins between Owens and Zayn because that's gonna be my break. I'm not really feeling that.
Mm.
I'm not. I mean, that's just me.
All right. Listen, another thing, I don't know where the segment is going to fall under. I think that if this is before the men's elimination chamber, which I hope it is, it's probably going to define who is actually going to win the elimination chamber. I feel like this is the equation. Okay. However, The Rock will be there for that decision. Will Cody Rhodes be The Rock's champion? And if you tuned into the episode on audio on Spotify or wherever you listen to your audio podcast, I didn't mention the definition of to be a champion. You should check it out. It's one of the last episodes that I published, and it relates to what's going on in our world and in politics today. Okay. And it's also, well, again, a lot was said about being a champion, but I got a feeling that The Rock wants Cody to be a corporate champion. Okay. Will he say yes? Will he say no? Usually, it always goes the opposite what Seth Rollins wants, because Seth Rollins had a lot of words to say to Cody on Monday Night Raw, and usually doesn't go in his favor. So I say that Cody Rhodes is tagging along with The Rock. What about you, Frank?
I don't think so.
You know,
I
he
don't.
they're
I think
best
he wants.
friends, man. Their moms are best friends. They drink together. They everything together. Cody's always stuck
Yeah.
up to The Rock. I mean, he's the final boss.
So does that mean that he becomes a kiss ass now?
Is that what he's going to be?
Hey,
Or
listen. Just
he wants
because,
him to go up here, remember? He wants him over here,
yeah,
not over here. He wants him to be a
but
better champion.
right, but Cody Rhodes does it his way, his story, his way.
But his stories are complete though.
No, he still has his story. He's still going with it.
And what
Yeah,
story is that?
part of the
What is it that
chapter
he
was
has to improve?
he has to continue being champion. Why is he gonna go kiss the boss's ass? Do you
To
kiss your
keep
boss's ass at work?
Well, do I have to tell you?
Thank you. I
Oh,
can tell you, I don't kiss my boss's ass at work
you sure?
just
Why you brush your
because
teeth
it want
when
me.
you came from home? Then you came from work. You was brushing your teeth.
Oh, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Got him.
You know.
Why you smiling
you
over there?
know.
Go ahead. Sorry that I distracted you, man.
No,
But go
no,
ahead.
no, 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 no. You're fine.
Mhm,
I'm not losing my train of thought. Trust me.
mhm,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and tell you that this is what I'm thinking. It doesn't matter if this segment goes before or even after the elimination chamber for the men's.
mhm.
I think it's going to play either way. It's going to play hand in hand. Let's just say the men's chamber goes first before this segment even happens. The winner will dictate whether Cody turns to the dark side or not. And that's just my thinking. Because if John Cena does come out to win this chamber, why would we have a babyface Cody Rhodes go up against the legendary John Cena and
Mm.
have something that everybody is going to cheer about? You need a bad guy.
So
And why?
what you're saying is that if John Cena was to win, Cody Rhodes is going to be the bad guy. because he's
Cody
no longer
Rhodes
gonna
is
have the fans singing his song or something.
Cody Rhodes is going to be influenced and manipulated by The Rock because the Rock did tell him last year that he was going to whoop his ass, and he did that. Right? He did that. The Rock even told him that he was going to beat him on night one. He did that. The Rock holds true to what he says, and Cody needs to realize that. Okay. Cody has no words here. Cody is in a checkmate situation. He's a loner. He's by himself with that title. He's in a blood infested water with sharks around him. He's got he's got Solo and he's got Fatu breathing down his neck, and now he's got The Rock on the other side of him. He has no one there to help him. Okay, it's either you join by association or you're gonna fall. That title is not if that title is gonna stay with him, he's gonna have to take The Rock's offer. And I think that's gonna depend if John Cena wins that chamber. But if this happens first and he denies The Rock, then John Cena's not something it got to give here. You can't tell me that we're gonna have an all favorite, championship match at
I'm glad
WrestleMania.
that you mentioned that because I do got a follow up for you on this. Okay, and I'm gonna save it for when I pop up the men's real quick. So I feel you on this one, and that's why I said this is not a win or lose pick. Okay, because this is part of the storyline, and that's why I said the men's and the women's elimination chamber are the only ones we're picking, and we need to know who your primary and alternate winner because situations like this, and
Mhm,
we need and anything can happen in the women's. That's also Jay
mhm.
Cargill. We got Raquel Rodriguez that could. We're going back to the question we had at the beginning of the show. Let me pop up the comments real quick. Um, It's from Esra989, and he says, "Do we think there will be any interference in the chamber, or someone possibly not make it to the chamber for the men's match?" But it could go both ways, right? Because Liv Morgan plays dirty, could attack anyone in the back, behind the scenes, right? What else? In the men's, anything can happen. We saw that with Brock Lesnar. He did to Bobby Lashley. Remember?
Yeah.
So, what if, again, what if something else crazy happens? Roman Reigns. We didn't even mention his name. Wouldn't I be? I am the OTC, and yet I am not your right hand man anymore. I'm not the one. I'm not the one that you tag team with last year. You mentioned about Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I mean, I'm sorry, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, right? How they were tag teams last year, and now they're going to be fighting each other. Wasn't The Rock and Roman Reigns together last year?
Hmm.
Hmm.
And look what happened now. So I feel like more is to this, okay? And I don't know, man.
If
I'm
if
with you. I think Cody Rhodes, regardless, is going dark.
if this is a way of The Rock getting at Roman Reigns, he's doing it very strategically without us knowing it. You
Mhm.
got to move the pieces on the chessboard correctly in order to checkmate the king. And if this is his way to get to Roman Reigns, whether Roman's going to have a history in a match with Seth Rollins or not, if this is his way, then no better than get Cody Rhodes because he already knows that Cody could beat him.
I think that match is going to happen at SummerSlam. The Rock versus Roman Reigns. If Cody Rhodes says yes, that is a disruption for Roman Reigns' goal to try to get that title because he wants his title back. But now he has to deal with Seth Rollins because he got curb stomped. Okay. And being that SummerSlam is at MetLife Stadium, being it's a 2-night event, it's calling for this match. It really is. Um,
Okay, well, I want to get Frank's involvement with this.
oh yeah, Frank, I'm
I
sorry.
No, but I got something real quick that I want to add to that with Seth Rollins.
Okay. Go
Could
ahead.
this? Could we see if you talk about SummerSlam? Could we see Seth Rollins helping Roman Reigns, just as Seth Rollins helped Cody Rhodes? Could the tables turn and him now helping Roman Reigns win the title like he helped Cody Rhodes win that title? Because I know he said he'll never help or he'll never be with Roman Reigns ever again.
Because it's not going to happen for Roman Reigns. What's going to happen is what you just said. I'm sorry, Frank, to step over you. John Cena got to win this match. John Cena has to win. Because remember, his goal is to be the 17-time champion. He's taking it to another level. Okay.
But he's going to hold that title to SummerSlam. If he
John
was to win
Cena,
it.
why not?
Yeah. Why would he need to?
It'll be his last SummerSlam, and he never does good on SummerSlam. He has a losing record at SummerSlam. So why not lose it there?
Why even go into it?
Because
If I have a losing record, I'm not going to want to get my ass whooped and drop that title.
Because maybe he wants to win SummerSlam. Maybe he wants to have a winning match at SummerSlam.
Who?
He couldn't even win the Royal Rumble.
Who? John Cena?
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I mean,
you never know. I mean,
he can runner up. I mean, got to count for someone that's been away for a while.
You're only the first loser. That's all.
You're only the first. I think the first loser was Penta, and he got away with it. He did this. Boing.
You can't see Penta. Go ahead, Frank.
If you watch that replay at the Royal Rumble, 2 feet did hit the ground. Just saying.
Yes, it did.
I'm gonna drink my ketchup. I'm gonna drink my ketchup here while Frank talks.
Your ketchup. All right.
Yeah,
What were we talking about here? We were talking about Cody Rhodes turning.
Yeah.
Or Seth Rollins.
No, I mean, will Cody Rhodes, and I put it back. Will Cody Rhodes say yes to The Rock, or would he say no? Will he be his champion?
I don't think he's going to be his champion.
Okay.
Again, I go back to
what are the consequences for going against the final boss?
Oh, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. You're gonna get matches thrown at you.
You're gonna get maybe would the matches help, or is it a specific someone?
Maybe a specific someone. Maybe might throw Roman Reigns on him. Might throw Solo on him.
He ain't throwing no Roman Reigns at him. It's not happening.
Who knows? But I don't think Cody is going to go and jump into the dark side. I really don't.
He's gonna be thinking about his family's future.
But he's no kiss ass. He wasn't raised to be a kiss ass.
But man, I'm looking at this picture now. The way he went out, and I was like, "Dang, he's gonna make out with Cody or what?" I don't know. It was just, and the way he said it. No, I don't want the belt. I want your soul. I'm like, ooh, wait a minute, what's going on here? What type of series am I watching? I know it's not Netflix, but good lord. Or was it on SmackDown? It was on SmackDown. Excuse me.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
So Frank, if he's not going to turn to the dark side, then why didn't he give him a definitive answer right then and there? Why does he have to sit? Why he has to sit there and think about it?
Because maybe he's thinking, but justice will prevail.
What is there to think about if you already have your mind made up and not wanting to join the dark side?
And why have a conversation with Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, why even show up on Raw? You're the SmackDown champion.
Yeah.
Name me a superstar, Frank, that has never turned to the dark side for a brief moment.
Mm-hmm. The Rock did it.
The Rock did it, and that changed his whole career.
Is he even better for it?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying a jump to the dark side is bad, but I just don't think it's what Cody's gonna do because it's where.
Mira. What does the American Nightmare mean to you, Frank?
What does the American Nightmare mean to me?
Yeah.
Darkness.
Ain't that the dark side when you go with The Rock?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to change
Well,
your mind. I'm sorry. My bad. I know you said no. You don't
No,
think
no,
so.
no. I mean, you're not changing my mind, but you have valid points. But I just don't think that
You think that Cody Rhodes is there for the fans. He's the champion of the WWE universe,
correct.
which he acknowledged on SmackDown, but he never did acknowledge it again on Monday Night Raw.
Hmm.
So it's crazy, crazy talk there. But hey, let's move on real quick because again, we're gonna you can repeat yourself on this because I feel like whatever's decision is gonna be made, and Hector, you made a great point too. It could be before or after, and I feel like whatever results happens, it's like the opposite of track.
yeah,
We could
it's
sing
going to
Paula
dictate the
Abdul
outcome.
if you want,
Mm.
right? So we have here Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk. Hector, I'll start with you. Who you got?
My winner is John Cena.
And your alternate?
Drew McIntyre.
I hate you.
I
I
already said
really
it,
do.
and I said it once, and I'm going to stick to it. SmackDown is going to win this Elimination Chamber. There's no reason for Raw to come have a winner to come out of this. You have your rosters already set in place. There's no reason for Punk, Rollins, or Pendejo over there to go after Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
All right.
I'm sorry. That's just
I'll get back to the order of that stuff, but I want to get with Frank. Frank,
yeah.
who's your winner and who's your alternate?
Cena's my winner, and I mean, there's just no other logic here but to say Drew McIntyre
Okay.
because I think that CM Punk and Seth Rollins are going to cancel each other out.
Uh-huh. Because they're on Raw. Gotcha. I'm
You
gonna
know,
say
and
this. I'm gonna say I gotta be different, man. Damian Priest is gonna win.
you're on
Okay.
that good shit today.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Ah,
look, we just all agreed that a SmackDown's going to win. That's all right now. We
nah, and
agree.
I do believe that because there's a reason why Damian Priest went to SmackDown, right?
Right.
And he doesn't really have anyone except for Jacob Fatu to go after. And even that, the Bloodline got their own battles they got to deal with. Let her know,
Hmm.
focus on Damian Priest.
Hmm.
Drew McIntyre, the reason why I don't even think he's the top two is because he never finishes what he starts. Look what he did in his last few matches. He lost. This guy always want to mock. He wants to prove that hey, I'm the shit, right? And then he shits on himself. He didn't learn his lesson last year at WrestleMania, right? And then all of a sudden now, like he's doing it again. Why did Jimmy win the match? Jimmy had no way of. He should have never won.
Right.
Never should have won that match. But yet Drew McIntyre, he wants to show off. He wants to showboat. Good for his ass. And then all of a sudden, he let his frustration out. That's what I say Drew McIntyre is not winning. He's not the top two. Okay. Logan Paul might be the guy to be in the top two. He has the capabilities. He was top three last year. And then he cheated his way. Okay. And I feel like the way we saw the Royal Rumble with John Cena, he might be the guy second to whoever. It's like, hey, you're continuing to put people over you. And I'm upset about it. And I really want John Cena to win, but I don't think John Cena's winning. I don't think he's breaking the record to be the 17-time champion. He'll have another podium brief and be like, well, I did it. I'm gonna have to wait and see who's gonna be my opponent for WrestleMania, or the fact we might see something. Maybe Logan Paul will do what he did to Randy Orton, and then we got the rumors speculating that John Cena versus Logan Paul was already originally for WrestleMania, which I disagree. I really do. All right. But it is what it is. Um, Maybe we see John Cena versus CM Punk as the last match, right? But where does Seth Rollins fit in all this? It's just chaotic. But Damian Priest being on SmackDown, he's my guy. He's my guy. I really do.
Cool.
But if it's not him, then I'm gonna pick John Cena as a backup plan. But I just don't see it. And I wouldn't be surprised if them two are the final two, Damian Priest is winning. Now my question to y'all is, who's the first one out of all this?
Drew
First
McIntyre.
man out, huh?
If I go with your analogy, Drew McIntyre.
I was hoping Logan Paul, but there's a reason why he's back. He's a so-called full-time wrestler now. But
No, Logan Paul's not gonna definitely not be the first one out.
Mm.
I don't see that at all. But I think that based on your analogy, Drew McIntyre will be the first one out.
You say Drew?
Yeah.
All right. Hector?
Man, this is very difficult. I hate to do this, but I'm saying Damian Priest.
I'll pick the winner. You pick him to be the first loser. Shit, there goes my March Madness.
You're Cinderella.
There, March 1st is already going bad for
It
me.
has to be one of those two first out. Either Damian Priest or Drew McIntyre.
All right.
And who's your first?
I don't know.
John Cena.
Hell no. John Cena is not the first one to go. Let's just put he's top two on anyone's. You better have him top two. That he ain't going down like that. I'm sorry.
I will shut it off in a heartbeat if he's the first one eliminated. I don't want to know.
Man, I'll rip my paper up and
I would just turn off the event. Just
I'm gonna be a hater. Logan Paul.
Okay.
First one out.
First one out. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Earn your stripes.
I mean,
I will have all five team up on his ass. Get the fuck out of here with your dumbass drink. What's his name of the drink? Prime.
Haven't they all had issues with him though?
He talks too much shit, but he's a kind man when he's doing his podcast. So he already interviewed John Cena already. So it's like, oh, okay. You want to have a match with me, buddy? So yeah. Anyways, all right, we got our last Damian Priest for you, Drew for you, and Logan Paul for me. All right, let's go. Let's go in order 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Let's start with Hector. Let's go.
Elimination.
Yep. Who's the runner-up? You got John Cena. Who's gonna dance with him?
Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, Drew. And then Frank was like, bullshit.
Yeah. Good call it.
All right. Next.
That's raw.
No. Hector. You got Drew. Who's after Drew?
Logan Paul.
Ooh. So the top two losers, you got them. Fuck, man. Go ahead, man. Punk or Rollins?
I want to say Rollins.
Uh-huh. And then you have Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I don't know how that shit goes.
I don't know either.
I think Logan Paul's going to eliminate CM Punk.
Again?
That's a WrestleMania moment, bro.
Hey, the way he slapped him, I mean, it could be a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah,
Man, that was just...
I was checking my lip to see if it was.
But you know what? If Punk eliminates Logan Paul, Logan Paul's gonna cheat and take Punk out.
Hey, you use the
He's
brass
gonna
knuckles
play that.
before.
He's dirty, yo. All right, Frank, it's all you, buddy.
Two,
You
three,
got
four,
John
five.
Cena winning. So who's the runner up? Who's dancing with John Cena?
I don't know.
You got to know. That's your job. You got to know.
I mean, because let's see, Logan Paul. No, I just don't see that one happening. I think CM Punk and Rollins, like I said, are going to eliminate each other at a certain moment. Damian Priest is the only other person, maybe. Drew, no.
You ain't got that many
No.
choices, Frank.
No. You only got 4 people left, man. You got Drew last.
So
You say Drew was eliminated first. So John wins. Who you got? And that's a fucked up part because he went ahead and put Drew last, but then he has Drew as an alternate winner.
yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
I know.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles,
We're
just
shitting
because
in
you
giggles.
said Damian Priest is going to win it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Damian Priest.
All
They'll be
right.
dancing with John Cena.
Damian Priest. All right. Who's after him?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Next.
Logan Paul.
Ooh, Logan Paul. And then CM Punk.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm going to have CM Punk runner up. I'm going to have Seth Rollins. I'll have Drew McIntyre. Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. I got John Cena and then Drew McIntyre and then Logan Paul. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there you go. So Damian Priest winning with CM Punk runner up, Seth Rollins, John Cena, and Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. That's it. And then I wouldn't be surprised if we do have Drew McIntyre versus John Cena. That'd be pretty cool too for WrestleMania. Somebody has to have a last match. But then again, I do have John Cena as the alternate to win it. And I am a big fan of John Cena. And those of you that follow my podcast know that it runs in the family because, Sammy, my son, was on there, which, by the way, happy birthday to Sammy. He turns 27 today. And he was born being a John Cena fan. And I remember as a child where he used to replay John Cena's music over and over and over again. Back then when we had CDs and stuff. I don't know, like today's generation, they're not into CDs. They're more streaming and all the other stuff. But anyways, but yeah, this is interesting because we all have some differences here, except for Hector and Frank. They really are aiming at John Cena to win this. But if Jey Uso could win, why not Damian Priest? I look at stuff like that, but
Bro,
I
you
just
said
got a
that because he's
feeling.
Puerto Riqueño too, bro. That's what it is.
But I got a feeling Cody
You're
Rhodes
staying
is
with
going to
your
go on the
backwards
dark
Cuban
side,
flag, bro.
and if did you say you're a backward ass flag? Motherfucker,
I
you don't
said you have a
you
backwards
fellas.
Cuban flag.
I have a backwards Cuban flag. You serious about that?
Yeah,
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 yeah. What you
yeah.
getting out your crayons now?
Yes.
Listen,
Paul resides in Puerto Rico.
yeah. That's why he's the first one out. I get Bad Bunny after him.
Oh.
Just imagine any celebrities coming out and disrupting stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Ain't gonna happen though. Any famous celebrities in Canada?
Drake.
Oh, Oh, not like us.
Now, like, oh,
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Anyways, we got our picks in. Who is winning the elimination chamber? That's the top question of the night. And you heard it from us who we're rooting for. It's going to be pretty interesting because anything can happen. And I think that the curveball on all this is that as much as we want to concentrate on the elimination chamber, I feel like the final boss really got this pay per view or this premium live event covered. So it's crazy. But that's a wrap up for this special of the Elimination Chamber 2025 edition of the HHW Show podcast. Thank you for all for tuning in. And be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our podcast and check out our website, hhwshow.com, for more exclusive content. It's WrestleMania 41 around the corner, and we'll be here to cover every twist, every turn. So until next time, let's stay hyped, passionate, and let's keep on loving some wrestling, shall we? Yeah.
yeet.
Hack the V, Frank, Obi-Wan, we're signing off.
Yeah,
Deuces.
yeah.